I'm happy.
They're not with you.
Right. No, that's why I was confused. I was like, what's, and then you got aggressive, and I was like, what's going on here? I got PTSD from the military. That's why you kind of just
I didn't get aggressive, and I'm sorry if you felt that way.
No, that's my mind. I'm not saying, yeah, it's just, that's, yeah.
So if we see cars parked like that on traffic stops, we ask people, are they with you?
Right.
Because if they're not, we can tell them to leave, right? So when you come snap back at me like that, that kind of
I didn't mean to snap back at you, sir.
Right. You stuck a phone in my face and started saying you revoked your Fifth Amendment.
It was over here. I wasn't meaning, I mean, it wasn't in your face.
Okay. What?
But I did invoke my Fifth Amendment, and then you asked me a question again.
This has nothing to do with the case.
I verbally and unambiguously invoked my Fifth Amendment, and then you asked me another question.
Right. So though your Fifth Amendment doesn't apply to those questions. So a question like officer safety reasons, like are they with you?
Okay.
Is this car, or is there somebody in your car that has a gun? Your Fifth Amendment doesn't cover that. Your Fifth Amendment covers evidentiary statements, right?
Okay.
So which I'm not looking for evidentiary statements, which is why
I would have told you then. I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize for the officer safety thing. I would have told you.
That's the only reason I even said that. If you watch the recording, I said
you said officer safety. Yeah.
I want to know if that car's with you or not.
Right.
You continued to talk about your Fifth Amendment. So your Fifth Amendment rights are very important. However, they don't apply to an officer safety question or your name, for example. Like if you invoke your Fifth Amendment right, that doesn't mean you don't get to tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Your Fifth Amendment would be like if I were to right now ask you, do you have a dead body in the trunk? After you said you don't want to talk about anything other than, you want to revoke your Fifth Amendment. That would be a question that I can still ask you.
So you can revoke your Fifth Amendment as well?
What do you mean?
Well, you just said I revoked my... Oh, evoked. Oh, I thought you said revoked. I'm hard of hearing.
No, yeah. You evoked your Fifth Amendment, which didn't apply at that point.
Okay.
So
I don't know. I don't do this a lot.
So I'm trying to educate you so that you know in the future, right? So when you evoke your Fifth Amendment right, what that means is you're remaining silent in an investigation or for some sort of evidentiary purpose.
Right.
So if I were to ask you, if you were to say I revoke my Fifth Amendment right, I don't want to talk to you, and then I say, well, is there a dead body in the trunk? And you say, yes. I can't use that against you in court because you said you didn't want to talk to me.
Right on.
But if you say, I evoke my Fifth Amendment right, and I go, do you have guns on your person? That question doesn't apply to, unless you're a convicted felon, right? I'm still going to ask you.
I'm supposed to have you if you're a convicted felon.
Right, everyone does. So if I ask you that could technically not be used against you in court because you said you didn't want to talk.
Oh, heck yeah.
However, for officer safety reasons, we're still going to ask you that question. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Because I want to know if you have guns on.
Oh yeah, and I wasn't trying to scare you about that person. I just didn't know who that. I would have told you. Well,
then that's all you had to say. I don't know who that is. They're not with me, and I would have been like, okay, sounds good.
Oh, it just seemed like a lot of stuff coming at me.
Yeah, but instead,
and I got the lights flashing in the back, and
But instead, when you go, I evoke my Fifth Amendment right, all of a sudden, and then say, phone toward, I'm like, I'm asking you a simple question. You talked about my badge number and all that, right?
Right.
Well, that has nothing to do with that car, which is all I cared about. I didn't care about you at all in that moment. All I cared about was why is that car parked there?
Yeah.
Are they going to come hurt me, him, you, right?
No.
So that's what happened there.
Do you mind if I get your name and badge number?
I'm Detective Langerville. We don't have badge numbers.
Oh, heck yeah. I see it now when I looked over there.
All right, Mr. Webb. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a warning citation for not using your turn signals, okay?
Yeah, I need to keep on top of that.
Yeah, this one's not working. This one's flashing and this one isn't.
Which one?
Your driver's side's not working.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I just got done fixing the headlights not too long ago.
Okay. Well, I mean,
so I think everything's going out a little bit of time.
With it being out.
Oh, I could have forgot too. I do that sometimes. I'm not perfect.
Okay. So there's your driver's license.
Heck yeah.
So that warning citation, you don't have to do anything with it. No follow-up needed. It's not a fine. It's just basically a written warning saying, hey, I advised you weren't using your turn signals. We know that one's broken. You need to get it fixed.
Yeah, I'll go to O'Reilly's and get the sorry. I just had Pepsi.
Do you have any questions for me about the stop?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go.
I think we solved it pretty good.
He said if it's officer safety, then you don't invoke the fifth, and then, yeah. But I had no idea who that person was.
Well, this completes the traffic stop. Can I ask you a question? Did you serve?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what branch of service were you in?
In the Army.
In the Army? Okay, when did you get out?
I got out in, well, I was in the inactive ready reserve in 2014.
Okay.
And then I still got an ID that says I'm not a civilian.
Okay.
So I can get on base and whatnot.
Right on. So what was your MOS?
11 Bravo.
11 Bravo. Okay, so I was a 13 Foxtrot. I did that job for a lot of years before I was a cop.
Heck yeah.
So
what is that?
it's forward observer.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, so I was out there calling artillery and stuff.
Yeah, we
like
had
that.
one of those guys attached to us when we were in Iraq.
Okay, so just from one veteran to another, it's a little weird for us, especially now that I do this job. Somebody that used to give their life to, or still does because they have an ID card, right, to a life of service, right, it automatically invokes their rights because then that makes me feel uncomfortable, right?
Oh, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable.
Right. Well, when you do it to my partner and everything else, it makes it seem like you got something to hide.
No, I don't.
Okay, so the big thing right now, what we're out here trying to do is we're trying to find people that are doing things that they're not supposed to.
Right.
Right. People that are leaving high crime areas, people that aren't following the traffic laws, and people that are slinging dope.
Right.
Right. So as long as I don't see anything that is going to lead me to believe that probably the most that you've done in the past
we're going
10
up
years
camping. That's why the
is
vehicle's
marijuana, right? Have you ever smoked marijuana?
I invoked the Fifth Amendment.
All right. You're good to go.
Heck
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to play games. You can go.
Yes, sir. Let me go get the tail light. Wow, they got so butthurt. He's asking me the marijuana question. He's trying to soften me up with, oh, hey, we're veteran to veteran. And then ask me something about marijuana. That's just an insult that, what, because I have my hair is a little messed up right now. It looks like I do marijuana. Wow. It's called PTSD. That's why I don't care about combing my hair. And apparently they did not know when I invoked my Fifth Amendment with the one guy that you cannot switch of officer. So they just violated my First Amendment. Wow, that's crazy. How many questions did he ask me after I invoked? Okay, even if he's right about the Terry stop, he said officer safety if the vehicle is up there. Like, what are you talking about, dude? That's crazy. Thought he was following me for a second. Wow, that was nuts, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. All right, we're going to cut this off here. We're getting into town.